Marissa, the self-appointed queen of our neighborhood's HOA, shot an arrow through my son's leg, calling it discipline. So I took her bow, broke her wrist, pierced her shoulder, shattered her knee, and pinned her badge to the ground with her blood. As she crawled away, sobbing, broken, gasping for control, what I did next left two people retching and one dropping their phone in shock. And I wasn't done. The real reckoning started when her blood hit the dirt. Welcome to Willow Creek, where rules were chains, and I became the storm that broke them. My name's Daniel Harper, a widower pushing 50, trying to raise my son, Noah, in a place I thought was safe. Willow Creek wasn't just a suburb. It was a fortress of order. Lawns clipped to precise inches, mailboxes painted one shade of beige, porch lights off by 10 p.m. I kept my head down, teaching Noah, 10, to love stargazing and comic books. He carried a plastic bow, pretending to be a hero. I thought we could blend in. Then Marissa turned the HOA into her army. It began with a letter slid under our door: mandatory youth survival camp, attendance non-negotiable, fines for no-shows. Noah's gentle, not the roughhousing type. He'd rather sketch constellations than swing a bat. But Marissa's tactical youth initiative wasn't optional. She strutted in a custom Navy HOA uniform, a badge reading Director of Community Defense pinned to her chest. No election, no vote, she just was. Loudspeakers blared schedules, banners hung, and families complied. I packed Noah's water, sunscreen, and his toy bow, my stomach churning. Skipping wasn't an option. Marissa had already bankrupted 2 families for defiance. The training field was a dusty lot with plywood obstacles and cardboard targets labeled Intruder. Marissa stood on a crate, clipboard in hand, walkie-talkie crackling, her mirrored sunglasses glinting like a predator's eyes. Noah gripped my hand. "Dad, can I stay with you?" His toy bow hung on his shoulder. "You'll be fine," I said, but dread coiled in my gut. This wasn't camp. It was a stage, and Noah was in her crosshairs. Marissa zeroed in on us, her boots kicking up dust. "Harper," she barked, loud enough for the crowd. "Didn't think you'd dare show," dragging that weakling like a burden. Noah shrank behind me. I stepped forward. "Say that about my son again, and you'll regret it." She smirked, yanking Noah's bow off him and tossing it in the dirt. "Plastic trash," she sneered. "This is survival, not playtime." I grabbed her wrist. She pulled free. "Group Alpha, take the Harper kid to the compliance line." 2 HOA goons in polo shirts grabbed Noah, their grips too tight. "Touch him again," I warned, "and you're done." Marissa laughed. "File a complaint, Daniel." "Oh, wait, I am the board." Noah looked back, eyes wide, as they led him away. I couldn't reach him, not yet. Marissa savored her power, but this wasn't training. It was a hunt. I paced the sidelines, watching Noah line up with other kids facing paper targets. Marissa prowled, holding a real fiberglass bow, its string taut. Her smile wasn't maternal, it was feral. Then she called him. "Harper boy, front." Noah froze. She didn't wait, storming over, grabbing his arm, and jerking him forward. "Disobey, and you'll learn the hard way. Get your hands off him," I shouted, lunging. 2 volunteers blocked me, one hand on his belt like I was a threat. Marissa sneered. "He signed the waiver, Daniel. Or didn't you read?" She snapped Noah's toy bow over her knee, tossing the pieces. Noah flinched, hands shaking. Then she shoved him. He hit the gravel hard, knees bleeding. The crowd gasped, some filmed, none moved. "Stand up, no crying," she barked. "He's 10. I warned. "Not your soldier." She turned. "Then he shouldn't be here." Noah struggled, blood dripping down his shin. Marissa paced, bow in hand, her voice cutting. "Weakness like this is why we need training to cull the useless." I pushed forward, shoving a volunteer aside. But I was too late. Marissa raised the burial arrow, real tension end aimed at Noah. "No," I yelled. She fired. The arrow slammed into Noah's leg, just above the shin. His scream shredded me. Blood sprayed the dirt. Marissa stood, bow empty, and said, "Training accident." He moved into the line of fire. The crowd froze. Phones rolled. Marissa met my eyes. "Raise better next time." That was it. Rage burned through me, cold and sharp. I moved, no warnings left. She raised the bow again. I caught her wrist, twisted until it popped. She screamed, shoulder dislocating. I tore the bow free and threw it down. "You shot my son," I said, voice ice. No witnesses, she hissed, panicking. This is a drill, no liability. I grabbed her collar, dragging her toward Noah, bleeding in the dirt. Look at him. She turned away. I yanked her back. Look. Fear cracked her facade, but no remorse. Marissa stumbled, clutching her shoulder. You're insane, she spat. I ignored her, grabbing a training bow from the rack, its weight real. She backed up. Don't you dare. My voice silenced the crowd. You shot my son. You called him weak. You broke him and lied. I knocked an arrow, string groaning. It's a drill, she cried. Waivers cover this. Not war crimes, I said. She ran. Thunk. An arrow hit her shoulder, dropping her. She screamed, crawling, blood smearing the dirt. The crowd gasped. A phone hit the ground. I walked toward her, bow steady. Please, Daniel, she whimpered. You meant every second, I said, losing another arrow. Crack. Her knee shattered. She collapsed, face in the dust, screams muffled. I tossed the bow aside. You don't aim at kids, and walk away. Silence fell heavy. Marissa lay broken, her HOA badge lost in the chaos. I knelt, tore the badge off her chest, and grabbed a splintered arrow or blood on it. I stabbed it through the badge, pinning it to the ground. That's your power, I growled. Dirt. She sobbed, wig askew, mascara streaking. I stood, smashing her walkie-talkie against a concrete block until it split. Your voice is done. The crowd watched, phone still filming. This is what happens when power abuses trust, I said. No one argued. Medics arrived late, sirens cutting the silence. Noah clutched my hand as they worked on his leg. The arrow missed the bone, but the pain was raw. Will she hurt me again? He asked. Never, I promised. Marissa, strapped to a stretcher, was no queen now, just a broken woman, legs swollen, shoulder ruined. Cops came, boots crunching. Mr. Harper? One asked. I nodded. We've got video statements. Enough to charge her. Marissa tried to speak, voice dust choked. I run this place. The cop didn't flinch. Not anymore. They wheeled her out, parents turning away, kids avoiding her gaze. She was a spectacle, not a leader. The HOA crumbled. Marissa's tactical unit was unsanctioned, her weapons unregistered, her waivers worthless. The board quit, the charter dissolved. Fences fell, rules vanished, and neighbors talked again. Noah's leg healed, but his fear lingered. One day, I found him under our oak, staring at a new fiberglass bow I'd bought. What if I fail? He asked. Then you try again, I said. I set up a target. He stood, hands shaking, and fired. Thud. Outer ring. His grin lit me up. Weeks later, we turned the old field into a community archery range. Noah hit dead center, kids cheering not for the shot, but for his courage. In court, I told the truth. Marissa's threats, her cruelty, the arrow in Noah's leg. The judge asked why I retaliated. I gave her what she gave my son, I said. He nodded. No charges against Mr. Harper. Justified force. Marissa got 5 years probation, community service, and a lifetime HOA ban. She left, a ghost of her former self. Headlines spread. HOA tyrant shoots child. Father fights back. Court agrees. Some called me a hero, others a vigilante. I didn't care. I did it for Noah. Willow Creek changed. Elections replaced decrees. Kids played freely. Noah grew stronger, his bow a symbol of resilience. One night, under the stars, he asked, will people remember what you did? I hope they remember you, I said. You stood back up. He smiled, and I exhaled. We'd won not just against Marissa, but against fear. This wasn't about vengeance. It was about stopping monsters who hide behind badges and rules. Marissa taught me silence fuels tyrants. I broke her power, but Noah's courage rebuilt our home. If this story stirs you, share your thoughts below. Was my violence justified? How do you face injustice? Drop your stance, let's talk. The world needs protectors, not spectators.